What's good, my hood ninjas? Back at it again with another recap with your boy. Today we're reviewing and recapping Jujutsu Kaisen's second episode of the second season. If y'all new, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to see more content from your boy. Alright y'all, let's get into it. The episode kicks off with Ghetto making coffee in the kitchen before coming out of the destroyed building to see Kokun of the cursed user group Q begging for his life. The guy promises to become a farmer if Ghetto sets him free. Okay, let's be real. That was hilarious. I mean, a farmer, my man? Like, come on, a farmer. Ghetto pretends not to hear him, and this pisses Kokun off. He then begins to rant that his partner Bayer will destroy him when he comes. Ghetto then reveals a picture of Gojo and Bayer beating a stupor. The look on Ghetto's face was priceless. I can't with this image, nigga. I'm gonna fucking piss on myself. This surprises and calms him down. The scene shifts to Fushiguro watching a boat race. He appears to have placed a bet on it, when his partner Smokey the side character shows up and asks him why he keeps wasting his money on the boat race when his win rate is low. His win rate might be higher than my math grade, nigga. I said might. Don't disrespect my intelligence, homie. I know 2 + 2 is Thomas Jefferson, bro. He asks Fushiguro about his progress in capturing the girl from Gojo and Geto. Fushiguro tells him that he recognizes their strength, and he won't be able to do anything if he jumps right in. So, the plan is to weaken the two by throwing weaker villains at them to keep them from wrestling until they meet. Smokey seems barely convinced, and before he leaves, he asks him about Megumi's well-being, but Fushiguro pretends not to know who Megumi was. Now that's a damn shame. Imagine pretending not to know who Megumi is. Isn't he like, your enemy? Like I said, bro, that's a damn shame. That's like me pretending not to know who my best friend is out of spite. That's terrible, nigga. Later that day, we see Gojo and Geto contemplating whether they should take Riko to the doctor or not, because she doesn't look like she'll be waking up soon. Yeah, I said contemplating. I know big words, nigga. Ghetto blames himself on his inability to use reverse curse techniques like Gojo. In the midst of their talking, Riko regains consciousness and slaps Gojo while escaping from his grasp. She thinks they're the enemy. Ghetto and Gojo grab her and start squeezing her when Kuroi, her maid, enters the room, riding one of Ghetto's cursed spirits. Kuroi explains to Riko that Gojo and Ghetto saved her life, so they're not the enemy. Riko asks Kuroi what was she riding on. For real though, I wanna know. That's freaky as hell. I probably would've asked the same question. Kuroi explains that it is a cursed spirit manipulated by Ghetto. She further explains that the name of his technique is curse manipulation, where he absorbs cursed spirits and manipulates them to do his bidding. Actually, I could use a technique like that, my nigga. Riko pets the spirit and seems to enjoy it. Gojo expresses his surprise about Riko not being sad that her body will be used as a vessel for Master Tengen. Like, man, for real? How is she still so happy and full of life? Well, I guess it's like Chris Rock said, hey, you're white, smile. Riko gets on the cursed spirit and explains that she doesn't see it in a bad way because Tengen will become her and vice versa. Her memories will live on forever. While giving her iconic speech on the cursed spirit, Gojo shows Ghetto his new wallpaper. Hilarious. And I bet you that cursed spirit is like, girl, if you don't get your epiphany, have an ass off me. Anyway, Riko yells at them for not giving her attention. Gojo mentions that he doubts that she has any friends at school with her rash attitude. Whoa. That was a low blow, my nigga. The asshole has been summoned. The mention of the word school causes Riko to remember that she has to attend class. After rushing to the school, Ghetto sends his cursed spirits to watch over her while they all stay by the pool waiting for her. While waiting, Gojo receives an order to allow Riko to do anything she wants. Ghetto explains that since she will be getting assimilated by Tengen and stay locked up in an underground dungeon, she might as well enjoy her little freedom with her friends and family. Kuroi mentions that she has no family because they died in an accident. Ghetto in turn replies to her that she is Riko's family. Gojo breaks up the emotional moment by asking Ghetto about updates concerning Riko. Ghetto senses that 2 of his spirits have been exorcised, so they rush to Riko's location ASAP. I guess this is where it gets better. Honestly, a lot's going on here, and I'd rather be trying to pull bitches than to get my head wrapped around this shit. Speaking of bitches, where your mom at? Meanwhile, Fushiguro is seen in the cafe where he is watching the boat race on TV, and Smokey is seen in the car with a picture of Riko next to a counter on his laptop screen. Smokey then calls Fushiguro so that he can explain to Smokey why he placed a bounty on Riko. It is so that Gojo and Ghetto can continue fighting and get weaker till he faces them. Smokey expresses his fear about the plan, but Fushiguro assures him that no one can kill Riko if Gojo is near her. On his way out, he bumps into a guy and knocks him down. The man tries to get his attention, but Fushiguro gives him a look which seems to have scared him before walking out and hanging up on Smokey. While searching, Ghetto encounters an old man who summons 2 cursed entities using a catalyst. Anime has a toxic relationship with short, old characters. I guess an example would be if I was to call my grandmama a bitch and she wouldn't do shit about it. That's toxic, my nigga. Probably the same shit here, but what I just said was probably worse than my pickup lines.
Where'd you get these?
Ghetto summons his cursed spirits, which shocks the old man that Ghetto can use curse manipulation. The old man predicts that Ghetto wouldn't be great at close range attacks, but before he can finish thinking, Ghetto summons a big worm spirit that swallows the whole corridor. Ghetto thought he got the old man, but he appears through a window and the old man's life flashed before him. Nigga, I'm telling you, I laughed so hard here, I was on the floor rolling. Like, I almost shit my pants type laughing. Man, I gotta go outside and touch some grass and catch my breath. That shit was funny. Unfortunately for the old man, it appears Ghetto was proficient in close range combat, so he took him down without breaking a sweat. Gojo and Kuroi continue on their search for Riko. He eventually finds her in the chapel rehearsing with other students. As soon as Gojo enters, his pretty boy swag turns on because all the students starts crushing on him. Hell, even the teacher in charge starts falling for him. In the chaos, he takes Riko out of the building. Meanwhile, Kuroi faces a masked villain which she takes down surprisingly with the help of Ghetto. Gojo faces the same masked enemy on the way. He discovers that a $30 million bounty has been placed on Riko and it expires at 11 AM the day after tomorrow. So you mean I got time to go get it myself? Bet. The battle begins and Gojo deciphers that the enemy can clone himself to a maximum of 5 while shifting his consciousness amidst each of them. So he can determine which clone is the real body at any point. Unfortunately for him, due to Gojo's technique, the closer he is to Gojo, the slower he gets. Another perk is that Gojo can draw anything to him as he draws one of the clones to him and take him down. After taking down all the clones, the last one begins to run. But Gojo draws him back and tries to use his finishing move on him. But he fails. Wait, are you for real? After all those flashy moves, that old nigga still alive? After all that shit, his bitch ass should have been dead. Fucking what? Fucking anime logic, my nigga. This shocks Riko until she receives a picture of Kuroi tied up. God damn! Nigga, another cliffhanger? I keep telling y'all this, but I'ma say it again. Scrubs who don't watch anime are gonna keep watching episodes of this shit. Now that's a good thing, but they'll have to go back to the first episode to get their heads wrapped around this shit show. To be for real, I would have done the same thing. Anyway, y'all, that's the end of the episode and the recap. I hope y'all had as much fun as I did reviewing this whole episode in its entirety. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and comment below what you thought of this episode. Alright, my hood ninjas, I'll see y'all later. Peace.